Everyone, my name is Axel, and in this video I will show you how to use the if function. So the if function here, it checks a logical test or a conditional statement, whether it's true or false. For example, is this value greater than the other value? Is 1 greater than 2? Then it checks if it's true or false, and then you can return a value or text you like based on that criteria if it's true or false. So let's try here. For example, is 1 greater than 2? Well, so we write our logical test here, 1 greater than. How do you write greater than? Well, you have to use something called operators here. And these are characters that compares values. So in our case, it's larger than, and we write 2. And if this value is true, what we want to return? Return yes, otherwise no. Don't forget these double quotation marks around the text, because otherwise you will get an error. Alright, so we will see here that it returns no. And that is because this first argument here, return, is false. And when this logical test is false, we will get the value if false here. We will get this one returned. And in our case, it's no. So what if we change this to number 3 then? We will get true here. And when this is true, we will get returned value if true, which is this one. So we can double check here. And we get yes. All right. So let's move on to the first exercise here. And here we're going to answer these questions. And the first one is David, 18 years old. Well, let's check. So we check this value here. Is he 18 years old? And we use the equal sign here. So if it's true, we want to answer yes, and otherwise we want to answer with no. And we get that David is not 18 years old. And we can see here that it's 53. So we know that our formula is accurate. Now let's try if Alice is 70 years old or younger. So now we'll take a value here, her age. So we want to check if she's 70 or older. So we use larger than or equal to 70. It's yes, otherwise no. It's important that you use double quotation mark when you want to return text. Otherwise you might get an error. Alright, so we get that Alice is not 70 years or older. We see that's correct. So let's try with Emma here. Is she 40 years old or younger? Let's see. Is she younger? Is she 40 or younger? And the answer yes, and otherwise no. And we get that Emma is actually 40 years old or younger. And we see here that she's 40. Alright, so let's move on to the next exercises here. Alright, so here we have exercise 3. So here we want to return a result for each student here. So if your exam points are 60 or higher, we want to give the student a pass or a fail. So we use our if formula here. We want to check this value here. If it's larger or equal to 60. If it's true, we want to return pass. And if not, we want to return fail. Alright, so copy paste this formula down, paste it. And we can double check here and see that it's true. We see that every result below 60 has a fail result here. Alright, let's go to the next one here. And here we have a budget and an actual here. So we want to check if this value is higher than this one. And if it is, that means we have gone over our budget. And if this one is equal to budget or below, we want to return within budget. So let's do it here. So if this one is larger than 99 here, or larger than the budget, we want to return over budget, otherwise within budget. So let me copy paste this formula down, and we can see, double verify here, and see that our formula here is correct. Alright, so let's move on to the next exercise here. The final exercise. So, in this is a little more tricky example here. Now we're going to check with two values here. And one way you can do this is with a nested if. It basically means you use an if formula within an if formula. So let's try here. So the first argument here, the logical test, and this is the same criteria also. If one of these exams, only one, is above 60 or equal to 60, you will automatically pass. So you see this first student here, he failed the first one, but passed the second one. That means he passed total. So the only way you can fail is to fail both exams. So let's try here. Here it doesn't matter which one. Start with the first exam here. Equal, larger or equal to 60. And if it's true, it's a pass. And here on the value if false, we enter our second if statement. And here we reference to the second exam. Larger or equal to 60, pass, and here we give our fail. Alright, close the parentheses here. And we paste this formula down. We can double check here. Pass. You see both below 60, fail, both below 60, fail. Alright, so we see that it's correct here. Alright, so this is a few examples on how you can use the if function in Excel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more.